you already know how many shapes are there, and there are two types of shapes which are plane shapes, flat shapes, and you already know the types of the lines. Let's just have a quick recall about what we have studied in the previous class or previously in second and first standards, right? First, let's study about the types of lines. How do we divide the types of lines? There are two types of lines, right? Now tell me which are the two types of lines we divide. Usually there are which two types? One is straight line, another one is curved line. One is straight line, another one is curved line, correct? How do we draw the straight lines? Again in straight line we will get the types. Which are the types? In the straight line, again we have three types. In that, first one is a standing line, sleeping line, and slanting line. Correct? Standing line, sleeping line, and slanting line. How do we write the standing line? This is the standing line, this is a sleeping line, and the standing line can be written in two ways, from this or this, right? Standing, sleeping, and slanting. Now how do we draw the curved lines? We draw the curved lines as so many curved lines we get. How much curved you want, that much you can write the curved lines. This or this, any types you can write for the curved line. This is about the lines. Now coming to the shapes. In shapes also we have two types. Which are those? One will be very thin and one will be thick. Which is the thin one in shapes? In shapes also we have two types. One type is the plane shapes or flat shapes, are also called as, what is another name? We also call it as a two-dimensional shapes. Two-dimensional shape. First one is the plane shape, or also called as a flat or two-dimensional. Why there is a name called as two-dimensional? Why there is a name called as two-dimensional? Two-dimensional means it will be having only two measurements, which is length and breadth. Only length and breadth, and the shapes which come under these are very thin. Right? The shape come under these are very thin, like a paper. Which are those shapes which come under these? We discussed that before. What is the second type of the shapes? Those are solid shapes. Those are solid shapes, or also called as 3D shapes. 3D means three-dimensional. 3D means three-dimensional. Here we get length, breadth, and height. Here only length and breadth. Here we will get an extra measurement, which is height. That's why we call this as a three-dimensional. So in shapes we know plane shapes and solid shapes. Which are the shapes come under these? We'll see now. So first one, plane shapes. Which are the plane shapes? In that we get a square. How does the square look like? Here we can say the properties of square. There are how many sides and how many corners? Yes, there are 4 sides, 4 corners, and all sides are equal. The second one is rectangle. rectangle look like this, and rectangle is also having 4 sides, 4 corners, and here opposite sides are only equal. Opposite sides means this and this, and this and this. Opposite sides are equal. And the third one is triangle. How many sides does the triangle have? Triangle is having 3 sides and 3 corners, and the last one is a circle. Circle is just a round shaped figure which does not have any corners or any sides. These are the shapes which we can read under the plane shapes or flat shapes. As the name indicates, they are very flat. Then coming to the solid shapes. How many are there solid shapes? How many solid shapes are there? There are first one cube, second one cuboid, third one cylinder, and the next one cone, and the last one is sphere. These are the 5 shapes. You already know how to draw, and you need to recall that how many edges are there, how many corners are there, and how many sides. Even you need to say how many flat faces and how many curved faces. So in this class I will stop here, and I will give you the work to draw these and write how many sides, how many corners, how many edges, how many flat faces, and how many curved faces. Right? This is the topics we have learned in the previous class. In the next class we will carry on the subject in 3rd standard. Okay children? Thank you.